Ask yourself, what are the reasons why people with mental illness in jail? Broken families, poverty, substance abuse, physical and emotional abuse. Increases the risk of suffering from serious mental illness. Problems of criminal behavior may also have problems of mental illness, but the illness is not the cause of their criminality. Under the criminal law, such people will be sent to prison if they are serious offenders. Unemployment. People living on social assistance. Drug and alcohol problems. Problems in coping. Disruptive or disturbing behavior problems. These problems may lead to conflict with the law, and crimes of poverty are related to drug and alcohol addiction. Heightened fear. Suspiciousness. Paranoid delusions. Grandiose ideations. Manic episodes can motivate aggressive behavior. Sometimes, the symptoms of the mental illness itself will cause the criminal offending. If the offending is serious, criminal charges will follow.
According to Malachi, correctional services in Canada is a shared responsibility between the federal, provincial, and territorial governments. In addition, the Correctional Service of Canada, which is the main responsibility of the federal government, has a jurisdiction on adults over 18 years old who are serving custodial sentences of 2 years or more, and also they are responsible in supervising offenders on conditional release in the community, such as a parole or statutory release. In contrast, the provincial and territorial correctional services are responsible for those adults who are serving their sentence for 2 years or less, who are waiting for their trial period, and for those who are doing community services. The Correctional Service in Canada also provides health services to these incarcerated adults. These health services are provided in order to encourage individual responsibility, promote a healthy reintegration, and contribute to a safe community. The graph shows the recent study made by the Sentencing Project about the rates of incarcerated adults per 100,000 of patient population, and it shows that the United States of America is on the #1 list of incarcerated adults in the whole world, while you will see in the picture or in the graph that Canada is on the 9th place with only 114 prisoners per 100,000 of adult population. This shows that in Canada, adult incarceration rate had slightly decreased over the years. In a recent survey made by the said organization during the year 2016 to 2017, 39,873 adults were in custody, which is 2% decrease in the 2015 result. Comparing the different provinces, it was found that the highest incarcerated adult rate was in Manitoba, which is 240,000 per 100,000 of adult population, while the lowest rate was found to be in Nova Scotia, which is only 62 per 100,000 of adult population. So in this slide, shows you the different reason why a person goes to jail. This is not a general result, or this is just based on the given information by the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prison. So the number one reason indicated is because of drugs. Second is the use of explosives and weapons. And the third one is because of sexual offenses. According to this table, you will see that there are really different kinds of reasons why a person gets in jail. Reasons could be because of their stress or because of their situation. They were not able to go out, or they have no choice why they did this one. So it's kind of personal. So this example is just showing you the different reasons of why a person goes to jail.
The social and economic factors shape risk behavior and the drug user's health. They indirectly affecting the health by shaping individuals' drug use behavior. They affect health directly by affecting the availability of resources, marginalization, access to social welfare systems, and medication compliance. The high increase in incarceration population is partly due to a nationwide public policy of mandatory sentencing for drug offenders. Incarceration is associated with social factors related to poor health, thus presents direct threats to a drug user's health. Prisons can benefit inmates by accessing to diagnosis and treatment offers, but they focus on people with higher risk behaviors and transmission of infectious diseases. The common cycle of incarceration is release and re-entry, particularly for people with lower social economic status, and increased morbidity and mortality for incarcerated drug users. In Canada, social determinants of health affect the mental health of population. Therefore, less information is available regarding the impact of social determinants on physical health, especially among offenders. The majority of men reported having a physical health condition and had experienced social determinants associated with adverse health outcomes, especially men of Aboriginal ancestry. The social determinant factors, in particular, were consistently related to the health offenders, the use of alcohol assistance, and history of childhood abuse.
An information based on the inmate self-report in the survey of inmates in state and federal correctional and in local jails indicated symptoms such as depression, mania, or psychotic disorders. It has been discussed that one of the most common mental disorder in prison is major depression or mania, which symptoms covered a range of feelings and behaviors such as persistent sadness, loss of interest in activities, insomnia or hypersomnia, psychomotor agitation, and persistent anger or irritability.
Insomnia or hypersomnia and persistent anger were the most frequently reported major depression or mania episodes, with nearly half of the inmates, while attempted suicide was the least reported symptoms by the prisoners, ranging from 6 to 13% of the population. Another mental disorder included in the survey is psychotic disorder, which accounted to 10 to 24% of the prisoners who manifested signs of delusions and hallucinations. Delusions were characterized by the offenders as belief that other people were controlling their brain or thoughts, could read their mind, or were spying on them. Hallucination, on the other hand, included reports of seeing things others said they did not see, or hearing voices others did not hear. Another survey conducted by Department of Justice asked inmates in local jails and state whether they have been diagnosed of having serious mental illness. Same results show that most common mental health problem is major depressive disorder, followed by bipolar disorder and post-traumatic stress and anxiety disorder.
Mental health issues in prisons. Overcrowding, multiple types of violence, isolation, lack of privacy and meaningful interaction, insecurity about future opportunities, and inadequate access to quality health care. Particularly mental health services in prisons are the factors that can increase risk of suicide in prisons, often associated with depression due to the prevalent result of these factors' overall impacts on mental health. Mental disorders may also occur during detention as a result of the current situation and potentially also as a result of abuse or other violations of human rights. Stigma and discrimination exist in prisons, with the individual who experience disenfranchisement and solitude because of imprisonment. This will lead patients to worsen their condition due to unable to utilize what they do have access. Inadequate healthcare resources for inmates are detrimental to quality and proper care. Therefore, many mentally ill prisoners in Canadian prisons are dying because of suicide, deprivation of medical care, and lack of public interest in the welfare of offenders. Increased transparency with respect to prisons condition by Canada's correctional facilities. Therefore, provide an annual reports on prisoners' health. Addressing mental health concerns will enhance both inmates with mental disorders and the prison's population as a whole health and quality of life. Provide healthcare professionals working in correctional facilities with a focus on providing mental health services to this critically underserved population. Provide prisoners with access to appropriate mental health treatment and care. The health services provided to inmates should be equivalent to those in the community. Provide access to acute mental health care in general hospital psychiatric wards. If inmates requires acute care, they should be relocated temporarily to general hospital psychiatric wards with suitable levels of security. Provide training to staff in order to improve knowledge of mental disorders, increase awareness of human rights, challenge dehumanizing behaviors, and promote mental health for both staff and inmates.
So as a psychiatric nurse working in an emergency department, I've had the opportunity to work with people that come from the jail. Most of them that come to the emergency either harm or a threat to themselves. Most of the clients that we see in the emerge are either suicidal or had a recent suicidal attempt in jail. Also, we see some clients that are experiencing some psychotic symptoms. They can be delusional or hallucinating, hearing voices, seeing things that are not there. I think that a lot of them are already have an underlying mental illness, and their symptoms are exacerbated while in jail. Jail is not the most ideal setting for this type of population, especially if you have mental illness. It's very isolating, it's very restrictive and depressing. I think the number one challenge, or the main challenge, is safety. I think in the beginning, when I didn't have that many experiences yet, I was scared. But now that I have a little bit more experience, I can say that I'm pretty confident and not as nervous as before. Ultimately, I think they are just normal clients. They're human beings that you want to build rapport with and have that therapeutic relationship. So same as I would provide care with my other clients, with respect, compassion, and no judgment. So I guess I can say, don't be scared, don't be intimidated. I know it can be scary, but have an open mind, don't be judgmental, because sometimes I feel like that could interfere with your nursing care.
Thank you for viewing our presentation. We were able to present the relationship between incarcerated individuals and mental illness, the prevalence of common mental disorders, the common issues and possible solutions. Also, we were able to dissect an experienced nurse on working with this population. We, the presenters, are challenging the viewers to be aware and be proactive. Let this video be our small contribution to help raise awareness. We hope that this video becomes an instrument to help educate the viewers.